GPT-4 was released earlier this week, the latest iteration of OpenAI's generative pre-trained transformer. It's used to power its services like ChatGPT. It's described as being able to solve more difficult problems with a broader general knowledge than GPT 3.5. In this video, I'm going to cover what's new and try out a few examples for myself. GPT-4 is now a multimodal model, which means it's capable of taking input from a number of forms rather than just text. That means rather than having to type out text like some sort of Neanderthal, you'll now be able to snap a picture from a camera and have GPT-4 use it as part of a context of a conversation. In fact, as part of their demo, OpenAI's president Greg Brockman shows that he's able to convert an image of a website he wanted for his dad jokes into a fully functioning working prototype in HTML and JavaScript just by taking a picture of a mock-up of it with his phone and asking GPT-4 to do it for him. GPT-4 is capable of complex reasoning, like being able to figure out when calendars coincide based on availability of individual parties. This is a common scheduling problem that you'll often see as part of programming challenges, so it's pretty impressive that GPT-4 is able to identify it from input and run it through the algorithm to get the correct answer. It's also more creative, like being able to create complex technical writing or songs. The main example given to demonstrate this, both in their docs and presentation, seems to be creating sentences that meet a strict structure, such as every word beginning with a certain letter of the alphabet. Now, whilst this isn't an entirely practical example, it does show how it's able to solve a really difficult task very quickly that a human might struggle to do themselves. Another improvement is that GPT-4 is also able to be given greater context of up to 32,000 tokens or 64,000 words, where GPT 3.5 currently only works on 4,000 tokens and 8,000 words. In the examples given, we can see that it references a large Wikipedia entry about Rihanna and is able to summarize key points about what was special about one of her many concerts she's performed at. Others have suggested that this particular example also hints that it may be possible for it to reach out to the web to get information, since it refers to a Wikipedia webpage, though this hasn't yet been confirmed. An excellent use case shown later in the day for using context like this is that of Stripe, where they're able to help developers who are using their documentation and generate answers to specific questions that they had for them. A number of real-world users are using GPT-4 already. Carnegie Academy are shown to be using GPT-4 to power their Carmigo chatbot tutor for their students, where they're able to explicitly state that the bot shouldn't respond with answers directly and only guide students to correctly calculating answers to problems. This mimics how an actual teacher would guide them to understanding problems rather than giving the answer verbatim. However, one of the better use cases shown, I think, is from Be My Eyes, who make use of GPT-4's new visual input capability. They're a startup currently using GPT-4 to allow their 250 million users who are blind or have low vision to make the world around them more accessible. They do so by describing what they have difficulty seeing from images captured from their mobile phones. GPT-4 is in ChatGPT Plus right now, except for most of the exciting features I've described are not currently available. I've upgraded to a ChatGPT Plus subscription to try it out. When you access Plus, you're able to select the GPT-4 model and are shown a simple bar chart to describe how it fares in terms of reasoning, speed and conciseness. Reasoning and speed are much greater in GPT-4, but 3.5 is much quicker. You'll see from my testing that the GPT-4 is much slower than GPT-4 3.5 right now. I had a couple of times where it flat out stopped responding and I'd need to type continue to get it to move on and fully answer questions. It's also limited just 50 messages every 4 hours in order to allow everyone to have access. I asked GPT-4 the differences between GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, and then again for GPT 3 and 4. Which it gave a fairly generic answer with little detail saying that it had been trained on larger datasets. It doesn't reference any of the headline points that OpenAI are promoting, like visual input or greater context, for example, suggesting these are just numbers it's guessing simply because the one number after GPT is greater than the other. I also tried scheduling example that OpenAI give, and you can see that 3.5 can't give a correct answer, simply listing out the times when two parties of the three are available. GPT-4, however, is able to give a correct answer with ease, albeit very, very slowly. Another example is that it won't be as easy to trick GPT-4 into making up facts. A common example I've seen is where you can tell GPT 3.5 that someone told you a particular sum equals something other than its true value, and it will happily accept that. With 4, it will politely state that your friend is wrong and that its true value is something else. You can't yet get longer context or the ability to use visual input in ChatGPT Plus, and you'll need to sign up to a waitlist if you want to access GPT-4 over the ChatGPT API. GPT-4 is also available inside Bing Chat and has been apparently for the last few weeks, which I recently took a look at, and it might explain some of the differences I noted then. Bing no longer has a waitlist either, so if you want to check it out without having to pay a subscription charge to OpenAI, you can go down that route instead. The pricing on the GPT-4 API will be 15 times more expensive than 3.5, so you want to consider whether it's worth using in most cases. I've signed up for the API and I'm eagerly awaiting access, and I'll see what I'm able to do with it soon. Anyway, that's it for now. Do you think any of these new features are going to be useful to you? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for more like it, and consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll speak to you soon in the next one. Alright, bye for now.